Hey, good morning, guys. Today we're talking about sigmas versus alphas. Which one is the better leader? Which one is the better leader? First, what I'm going to do is define what these terms are, because these are buzzwords that appear on the internet. Oh, I'm a sigma male. Oh, I'm an alpha male. Oh, whatever. Okay? So I want to define what these terms are, because first we need to come to common ground before we can go to higher ground. But we're going to talk about their leadership styles and what their followers look like and which one is going to be the better option. Okay, so let's just start with what a sigma is. A sigma is going to be more like an independent free thinker, generally more reserved, more kept to themselves. They don't follow the crowds. They I guess in one sense you could call them sociopathic, in the sense that they reject societal norms. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. And then we have an alpha. The alpha archetype, which I'm talking about now, is going to be someone who's going to ride a wave, but they're going to be the leader of the wave. So if we have like a masculine movement, this person's going to jump on and be the leader of the masculine movement. Or if there's a religious movement coming up, this person's going to jump on that and be the best one in that group. So it's very hierarchy based. The alpha is. So alpha is just, hey, I'm the top dog in this category. Okay, top dog in this category. A sigma is, I don't subscribe to a category. I am my own category, okay? It's kind of how I would describe those two differences and just the way I'm thinking about them. So I'm going to use the Bible real quick just because this is two examples real quick, okay? So we have in the Gospels, there are the people called the Pharisees, and the Pharisees are the religious leaders, okay? They are the religious leaders of the Jewish people at that time. They are going to be alphas. They're the one who make the rules, enforce the rules, and people have to follow them, okay? And then the Jesus character, Jesus is more sigma-like, okay? Jesus is independent. He does not operate according to the rules of the alphas. He does what he wants. And as a result, you can see how many people are still following Pharisees 2,000 years later, and how many people are following Jesus and his teachings, okay? So this is just, if you don't believe in the Bible or anything like that, this is just a story. These are just characters that I'm using to teach a point, okay? But Jesus, we're going to use as the sigma. Jesus is independent. You can see by his behavior. He is specifically, he is getting his independence directly from God, okay? So he is getting his information directly from God and from source, you may call that. And following the will of source is what is giving him his power and what is leading him in his direction in life, okay? So he is not controlled by people like the alpha. He's controlled by just doing what God wants him to do. And then the alphas, they were following the manuscripts and their understanding of the manuscripts, okay? So the Torah is what they were following, the older Jewish religious texts, and they were completely dependent on what those words literally said, okay? So Jesus used those same words, but he understood the meaning behind them and the heart behind them, and the Pharisees understood just the words themselves, okay? So they were very surface level. Jesus was more in-depth, okay? So as far as leadership goes, what happens with sigmas, because they're independent, so people mimic what their leader does, okay? People mimic what their leader does a lot of times. And so Jesus was very independent, and while his followers needed to build up to that independence, everyone has to start somewhere, his followers became independent versions of him, okay? Similar in nature to him, but they were completely independent, free thinkers. They did not subscribe to like the cultural norms. They were independent, just like the leader of their group was, okay? With his leadership style, he was more what we call servant leadership. And servant leadership is basically, it's not, hey, I'm your boss, you do what I say. It's, hey, I'm your friend, I'm going to walk beside you and push you in the direction that you need to go, okay? So it's, I'm not your boss, you don't have to listen to me, I'm your friend, I come alongside you. I'm Knowledgeable Nick, I'm your friend, I'm coming alongside you on YouTube and pushing you in the right direction so that you can achieve the goals that you want in life. You can use your time wisely, you can understand how life works, and I can share the information that I have, not because I'm so much better than you, but because I'm here as your friend, next to you, pushing you and sharing the knowledge that has helped me along the way, okay? So you can be an independent version of yourself. You can be an independent with your own unique personality, your own unique background, your own unique whatever you want to be. I'm just sharing knowledge with you that's going to push you to be unique, but now I'm educating you to be unique and also achieve success, okay? So you get to define what success is and who you want to be. I'm just giving you some mindset and some attitude to help build you up little by little, okay? All right? So the Sigma is going to lead people who want to be led, who want to lead themselves, who want to be led initially and turn into leaders themselves, okay? Not followers. You don't want followers. You want to lead leaders, okay? That's what the Sigma's goal is, to lead leaders. If we think about this just from like a practical standpoint, followers just, you need to manage followers all the time. But if you build a leader and you inspire someone to be a leader, they're automatic. So the influence that you have on them, your cost of investment is so much lower and your return is so much higher as a leader, okay? If you want to be an influential character, you want to build leaders who think for themselves, okay? Who are free thinkers and free actors who act on their own accord and are the people who they want to be, okay? But you're just pushing them to be that thing, okay? So number one, independent. Two, friend-like. It's a servant leader. Hey, I'm your friend. I'm going to push you. I'm here next to you. I'm Knowledgeable Nick. I'm your friend. I'm here to educate and push you just a little bit further. Hey, now you learned something. Go teach it to somebody else and go build success in your life, however you define that to be. I don't want to put anyone who's watching this in a cage. I don't want you to have to be in any specific box, okay? I would like you to create your own box and create your own vehicle, create your own avenue, create your own lane, but just take the mindsets and apply them in whatever vehicle that be. You could be a fashion designer. You could be in politics. You could be writing a book, okay? Whatever that is, all right? That's what I want to encourage you to do, okay? I want you to be a leader, and I want to educate you to be an educated leader, an educated and inspired leader, so that you don't become a cult follower. No, Knowledgeable Nick, he's a god, okay? That's not what the goal is, all right? The goal is, hey, yeah, I learned some things, but I'm in control of my life, okay? And what I learned from Jesus is just that Jesus gets his information from source, okay? He had to learn from people along the way, but he gets his direction from source. So you are created in the image of God. You're fearfully and wonderfully made, is what the Bible says. You have a specific path, but you need to get that path directly from God, okay? You were created in the image of God with a specific path and a task. Maybe it is politics. Maybe it is growing plants, marijuana. No, I'm just kidding. Growing plants. Maybe you're in music, whatever it is, okay? So I want you to be a leader, but just take some of the knowledge. Let's be a refined leader, okay? All right, now let's talk about alphas, okay? So alphas are going to be like the Pharisees, a religious leader. Like, let's just say a pastor who's like, do what I say or you're going to hell, okay? That's like, hey, I'm part of this clique or this group. I'm the leader. You guys all listen to me and do what I say, okay? Here's what happens. It creates dependent followers, okay? Sigmas create independent followers. Alphas create dependent followers, all right? I signed up I really liked this guy's communication course and his YouTube videos. So I joined one of his Zoom calls and I just wanted to learn what he was saying. And I quickly realized that while he was very intelligent and sharing a lot of good stuff, the people that followed him were like almost like capped. They were like almost like zombies. They were completely dependent on him as if he were their God. Like, they were not independent at all. And they were it's almost like, hey, I'm a leader up here. You're capped way down here. You can never reach your full potential if you're following somebody. Because your potential could be way over here and up here. But if you're like stuck under them, you're never going to reach your own potential. We go under people and learn from certain people, but eventually we leave and go, and we rise to a new level. So at some point, you may stop watching my YouTube videos and maybe watch somebody else's and go to a new level. So this is just part of your journey, okay? I don't want you to be cult-like. I appreciate the support and the views, but I'm here to help you not be cult-like followers. We're not starting a cult here on this channel, as much as my ego would love that. We're not starting a cult, and I don't want you to need me or need to be led. So an alpha, the followers need the alpha. If we think of them as alphas and betas, alpha being the leader, betas being the followers, the betas need the alpha, okay? The betas need the alpha. The Sigma's followers become Sigmas. They don't need the Sigma leader. He just inspired them to go be their best self, okay? So that's pretty much the big difference, okay? Alphas are going to create like that. They may be very encouraging and inspiring, and sometimes you need a leader to push you, but don't be a follower of that leader. You want to be a leader yourself, okay? Be a leader yourself. That's what I want to encourage. You may have to follow some of the mindsets and teachings that I have and I share with you for a period of time, but I want you to always remember you are your own individual. You have your own destiny. I may not even understand your destiny. I may not understand your path in life. I have my own path. And I would even use the word shepherd, okay? The shepherd guides and protects the sheep. A Sigma is like a shepherd. It guides and protects the sheep while letting them do what they want. If that makes sense. The sheep can go be sheep, an actual shepherd. The sheep do what they want, but they're just, all right, hey, we're just going to go this way. Sheep are very, very foul. So Sigmas are shepherds that lead other shepherds. Alphas are shepherds that lead sheep. Okay, that's how I would describe that. Sheep do, now that I think about it, sheep have really no will of their own. They just do what other sheep are doing. Okay, so they need a shepherd. I wouldn't say I would encourage people to be like that. I would encourage people to be a shepherd in their own area. Be a shepherd in their own area. Be a leader in their own area. And this goes for anybody. You could be a man, woman, whatever race or religion you are. Be a shepherd. You could be a carpenter, whatever it is. Be a leader in that specific area. So be a leader. Sometimes you need to be a sheep and follow to start out. Sometimes I've had to do that, but I'm an independent person, an independent thinker, and I appreciate your guys' support. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys learned something, if there was anything that I said that maybe you'd like clarification on in a future video, I'm here. Your voice matters, so put your voice in the comments. Put your voice in the comments, and if this is your first time tuning in, hit that subscribe, and also make sure you hit the bell icon, because I may share something that is necessary to guide you on the journey that you're going on in life. And if you don't hit the bell icon, you may miss it, or it could get drowned out by the YouTube algorithm. I'm a smaller channel, so it's not necessarily always going to promote my videos. All right, but if you hit that bell icon, you can ensure that when a new video drops, and I drop them consistently at specific times, twice a week is what my goal is, twice a week. You can hit that bell icon, watch a short video twice a week, and continue on with your life. Have a wonderful day, guys.